Today on the Truth Automotive, we're going to be servicing the transmission on a 1994 Dodge Ram 1500 with a 5.9 engine and a 518 transmission. So let's go and I'll show you how it's done. We're doing this with a actual lift here like the one you see behind me. So if you're doing this on the ground, this video might not help you as much. But maybe it will.
So I'm gonna show you anyway.
Alright, now we will go underneath the vehicle and locate the transmission and the transmission pan. And those are 13mm bolts all the way around that. This pan seems to be leaking a little bit. But 13mm bolts. Now you can choose between a 6-inch or a 3-inch extension with a 13mm socket. In this video we choose the 3-inch extension. And grab a battery gun of your choice. I grabbed the smaller 3/8 snap-on battery gun. And grab something to drain your fluid into, or you're going to make a big old mess. Now, you're going to want to start at the back here and work your way to the front from both sides. And let it drain out. Grab your weapon of choice and begin to run them out from the back to the front, and every time it starts to leak out, as it should, just let it drain out until it stops and continue. That's the cleanest way to do this. Now if the back end of the pan doesn't start to come down right away and it seems to be pretty stuck up there, like it's not gonna leak at all, you know, you don't want that. So to get it to start leaking and to separate it from the case a little bit, just get you a small screwdriver like that, small hammer, and make sure not to scrape up the case of the pan, but you know, kind of tap that in there where the gasket or the silicone might be, and that'll start to help separate it, and it'll start working its way down and slowly draining out, so you don't have the whole thing coming down at once making one big fucking mess.
We don't want that.
Now with all the bolts around the back and on both sides working their way up to the front with only these two left and it barely starting to drip, you might want to loosen these two up a little bit, 2 or 3 threads, and that's where you're going to work your screwdriver in. You're going to try to get it somewhere like back here, and then grab that little hammer and barely tap it in. And there you go. Let that leak out a good bit, and then loosen those two back ones up slowly and let it leak out as much as it can before you're ready to take it all the way down. Oh. Like I said, it could be a little messy, but we didn't make too much of a mess. Nah. Now you've loosened those last two as much as you can without taking them out. You've let it drain out as much as it's going to before you actually take it down. So now comes the fun part. Right here I'll be holding the pan up with one hand while taking the last two bolts out with the other. And then setting the gun down and slowly bringing the pan down and pouring everything out of there. And now you've got the pan down, you see the filter. And these are going to be T25s, 3 T25s on that filter. As you can see, there's quite a bit of clutch material, a little bit of metal in the bottom of this pan. The fluid's nice and red and it doesn't smell burn at all, so we're going to do the service. Now you want to go ahead and grab the pan and bring it over to your cleaning station, wherever that may be. You might not have a parts cleaning tank if you're doing this at home, but just take that magnet out of there and set it off to the side and get rid of that old gasket. I highly recommend you wear protective rubber gloves and protective glasses while doing this, because we're going to be spraying this pan down with brake cleaner, and trust me, you don't want this shit getting in your eyes. So gloves and glasses. Discard the old gasket, as we said. And I'm not really doing this to my full potential here because I can't do it with two hands, but you know, you get the point. Spray it down really good. Get everything out of there. It'll look nice and clean. And you're going to repeat this process a few times. And grab the magnet and do the same thing to the magnet. Maybe spray it off and then wipe it off, and then spray it off again, then wipe it off, and do that a few times till it looks good and clean. Unless you just want to half-ass it, and that's cool too. I mean, whatever. Now you want to grab your T25 1/4-inch socket and your 1/4-inch ratchet to remove the transmission fluid filter. Just take the setup there and break each one of those free and give it a few turns just to get them loose. Now just with the bit itself, the T25 itself, you can run those out one at a time. And the last one you're going to have to hold the filter up and bring it down, because it's going to come down with a lot of fluid with it, so don't want to make a mess. Okay, now you got your filter down, you got your clean pan, your clean magnet, your new gasket, and your new filter. You want to put your new filter up now. Same way it came down. You're going to start by putting it up there, lining it up correctly, and starting your first bolt. And then you can run your other ones in by hand before you actually tighten them. And we're going to be torquing these to 40 inch-pounds. So remember, the torque on those is 40 inch-pounds. Now gather up your pan bolts, and we're going to clean these off, whether you have a bench grinder that has the wire brush wheel on it that you can clean them up with really good, or just spray them off with some brake cleaner. Either way, you're going to spray it off with brake cleaner in the end. But remember to use your glasses, protective eyeglasses, your protective rubber gloves. And with your nice clean bolts all laid out, choose your thread locker of choice and put a dab on the tips of each of these bolts. Now you're going to look up here where the pan meets there on the transmission itself, and you're going to wipe that clean and dry to make a good seal for the gasket. And grab two bolts, just two of the pan bolts, and then grab your pan, and you're going to put it up there and hold it up there and start a bolt by hand, one on each side. So one on the left side and one on the right side. And the pan will sit up there by itself so you can get all the other ones started by hand. Then grab the battery gun and this little setup that you did to take it out, and very not tight at all, just run them in barely with the gun, just, you know, snug, hand tight. You're going to want to go across from each other like that too to make it come down nice and even. Now grab your torque wrench, a 12-inch extension, and your 13mm socket, and torque all of them to 11 foot-pounds. I do 11 foot-pounds on these, and I do it twice. Make sure you go over it a second time to make sure that they're all good to go. Now wipe it down, and you're ready to put some fluid in it. You want to go to the passenger side of the cab and locate your transmission fluid dipstick and pull that out. And these can typically take about 6 quarts on a transmission service, so I go ahead and put 5 quarts in before I start the truck. So I'll go ahead and get my new fluid and put that 5 quarts in. Get that all in there. Now you're ready to start the truck. We'll let it run for, a few minutes, and then you're gonna get in it. And now you want to get the fluid moving through the transmission, so you're gonna shift it through the gears from reverse to neutral to drive, and I like to bring it all the way down to 1 and 2 to make sure the function of the shifter is working right. And make sure you put the emergency brake on, because you're going to leave this Dodge Ram in neutral when you check it. That's a big thing with the Dodge Rams, you check them in neutral. So I'm checking it here, and it's a little bit low. Looks like it needs another quart, so I'm putting another quart in right now, and then we'll let it sit and check it again. Now I'm going to get in it, and I'm going to run it through the gears one more time to get the fluid moving through again, since I did add fluid. So we've added a quart of fluid, we ran it through the gears again, and we left it neutral, and now we're checking it again. Now the level looks better on the stick now, but instead of just, it's not up there yet to the full mark, but instead of just going ahead and putting more fluid in, I let it sit for about another 5 minutes and warm up a little bit more, maybe run it through the gears again, and then check it again before I add more fluid. So let's check it again. After letting it run for about 5 more minutes and running it through the gears, it did bring it up to the right temperature and bring it up to the right level. This video was brought to you by The Truth Automotive. Thanks for watching. God bless.